Today we're talking about the latest from the tech world, more executive orders from President Trump, a possible DOGE dividend, and other top news for Wednesday, February 21st. Stay informed while remaining focused on Christ with the pour over today. Here's the quote of the day. Your approval before God is woven into the life and sacrifice of Jesus Christ on the cross, not what other men and women think about you. Matt Chandler. Let's get started with some espresso shots. Look out, solid, liquid, and gas. There's a new state of matter in town. Wednesday, Microsoft unveiled its new quantum computer chip, Majorana 1, and reported engineering a new state of matter while building it. Tech giants have spent decades developing quantum computers, machines capable of quickly solving complex problems that take traditional supercomputers millions of years to decipher. Now, Microsoft says it's harnessed the previously only theorized about topological state of matter to create particles capable of crunching quantum data better than today's most capable machines. The breakthrough has scientists hopeful for advances in medicine, cybersecurity, AI, and the auto industry decades sooner than anticipated. In the meantime, Apple revealed its newest and lowest-priced phone Wednesday. The iPhone 16e features Apple Intelligence and will be available for $599, $200 less than the standard iPhone 16. Whether you're thrilled or intimidated by new discoveries, live with joy and pursue holiness because believers already know how this story ends. Technology will never outsmart God or thwart His plan to renew and glorify all who are in Christ. 2 Peter 3:13-14 says, "But based on His promise, we wait for new heavens and a new earth where righteousness dwells. Therefore, dear friends, while you wait for these things, make every effort to be found without spot or blemish in His sight, at peace." Trump's Sharpie is staying busy. President Trump signed an executive order Tuesday directing his admin to make IVF more affordable, giving agencies 90 days to propose cost-cutting measures. The move follows last year's Alabama Supreme Court ruling that classified embryos as children, making IVF a hot-button issue in the 2024 campaign. Trump promised the government or insurance would cover all costs associated with IVF treatment while campaigning. Currently, only 15 states require insurers to cover some IVF costs. Nationwide coverage could cost at least $7 billion annually. To fulfill his promise, Trump would need approval from Congress, where Republicans are divided over IVF funding and ethics. On Wednesday, Trump also signed an order directing federal departments to identify all federally funded programs currently providing benefits to illegal immigrants and take corrective action. Here's a verse to consider whether politicians let you down or have you celebrating. My days are like a lengthening shadow, and I wither away like grass. But you, Lord, are enthroned forever. Your fame endures to all generations. Psalm 102, 11-12. Federal government efficiency efforts are receiving a mixed response. President Trump and Elon Musk are floating the idea of a DOGE dividend, with 20% of savings from the Department of Government Efficiency going straight into Americans' pockets. The IRS may partially fund the payout, with tax collectors expected to face the largest single-agency layoffs thus far. Over 6,500 probationary employees deemed not critical to filing season are reportedly being terminated by EOW. The administration also let go roughly 1,000 national park workers and is reportedly working to rehire recently dismissed USDA officials involved in the federal bird flu response. Republicans have been largely supportive of DOGE's reported $55 billion in cuts, though some New York area elephants are protesting a 20% cut to the World Trade Center Health Program's workforce, which aids emergency workers suffering from 9/11-related illnesses. Big government changes can bring big emotions. Whether you're losing a job or expecting a payday, Remember compassion for your neighbors and trust the Lord with your future. 1 Peter 3, 8-9 says, "Finally, all of you be like-minded and sympathetic. Love one another and be compassionate and humble, not paying back evil for evil or insult for insult, but, on the contrary, giving a blessing, since you were called for this, so that you may inherit a blessing."
Hey, it's Zan from The Pour Over. If the start of your year is already feeling like a marathon, let me introduce you to your new cooking bestie, HelloFresh. It's the perfect way to ditch the grocery store, skip the stress of meal planning, and still cook fresh, delicious meals at home. I love cooking, but let's be real, the mental load of deciding what to make, not my favorite. With HelloFresh, I just pick the recipes I want and they deliver all the ingredients right to my door. No last-minute grocery runs, no decision fatigue. It's a game changer. It's also a super fun way to try new recipes without overcomplicating things. With 50 chef-crafted options to choose from each week, there's always something new and exciting, and the meals are so simple to make, even on a busy weeknight. And if life gets chaotic, as we all know it does, you can skip a week or pause anytime. No commitments and no stress. Kick off the new year with less hassle and more delicious meals. Get up to 10 free meals and a free high-protein item for life at hellofresh.com/HelloFreshPodcast. One item per box with active subscription. Free meals applied at discount on first box, new subscribers only, and it varies by plan. That's up to 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to hellofresh.com/HelloFreshPodcast.
In other brews, here's a rapid round of updates. President Trump has declared New York saved after his administration announced Wednesday that it would end Manhattan's congestion pricing, a $9 toll approved by the Biden administration meant to reduce traffic and air pollution in part of the Big Apple's busiest borough. New York Governor Kathy Hochul said she plans to challenge the order in court, saying the traffic cameras are staying on. Presidents Trump and Zelensky are throwing intercontinental shade. From Mar-a-Lago on Wednesday, President Trump said Ukraine should have never started the war, and he later accused Zelensky of being a dictator without elections in an online post. Ukraine's been under martial law since Russia's invasion, suspending elections. Zelensky countered that Trump is living in a Russian disinformation space. Nikola is pulling the plug. The EV semi-truck maker, once valued at $27 billion, announced it is filing for bankruptcy after years of financial chaos and recalls. Nikola's founder was convicted of fraud in 2023 for staging a video of a truck rolling downhill to simulate driving and falsely claiming billions and billions of dollars in pre-orders. Hamas returned the bodies of 4 hostages to Israel yesterday. At the handoff in Gaza, the first release of deceased hostages, Hamas displayed anti-Israel messages alongside 4 coffins with hostages' images. Journalist Odin Lifshitz and the Bibas family, a mother and her 2 young children. 6 living hostages are slated for release tomorrow, then 4 more bodies next week. Luis Rubiales, a former Football Federation official, soccer in America, was found guilty of sexual assault yesterday for kissing Spanish player Jenny Hermoso without her consent after the Women's World Cup in 2023. Rubiales, who was sentenced to pay 10,800 euros, $11,339 was acquitted of charges alleging he coerced Hermoso into publicly admitting the kiss was consensual. And that's all we have for today. Thanks so much for listening. If you're listening on the Apple Podcast app, give us a 5-star rating and drop a review. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow and hit the notification bell to never miss a new episode. We appreciate your support and hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Ever feel like your kids have trained you more than you've trained them? You're not the only one. The Parenting with Ginger Hubbard podcast equips parents to reach beyond outward behavior and point children to the transformational power of Christ. It's time to move past the frustrations of not knowing how to handle issues of defiance and step into a confident and heart-oriented approach to raising children. Subscribe to Parenting with Ginger Hubbard wherever you listen to podcasts for weekly encouragement.